display, cut with skill and panache from the likes of Dani Ceballos, a home debut that yielded 2 assists and goals for Lacazette and Aubameyang, the old strike force from last season, back in the old routine, but certainly more than a cameo performance, I think, from Nicola Pepe. And yes, we've conceded, we didn't last weekend, but you almost suggested that this season that might be the way Arsenal are going to go. We'll score one more than you, to coin a phrase. Do we need to sharpen up at the back, or because we've got this attacking talent, let's just sit in and enjoy the ride?
Yeah, I mean, I recommend Adrian Clark's breakdown, which will be available on the website on Monday. He will pick out where Arsenal went wrong at the back. There were problems with set pieces. There were problems with those direct balls, those long diagonals. There were men left at the back post a couple of times. But I think, quite rightly for now, that the improvement there will come. Right now, let's enjoy what we saw today. Ceballos, absolute magician on the ball, an artist, fantastic play from him. And he wasn't just about the clever flicks and the clever turns. There were lots of that. It never got to the point of showboating. He was effective. There was substance behind the style. He set up the winning goal with a tackle. That says everything about him. An all-round wonderful performance from Ceballos. And Pepe, as you said, what an addition he is.
Yeah, the record signing coming on. He may well start Arsenal's next game. That's, of course, away at Liverpool. Myself and Chris will be there for you. But much more to come with Arsenal Nation Live. David Hillier has rejoined Anita and Anne-Marie full-time here. It's finished. Arsenal 2, Burnley 1.
Welcome back to Arsenal Nation. It's 2 out of 2 wins for the Gunners. We won here 2-1. Anne-Marie, David, sum up the performance for us, please.
You can go first on that one, because I spent most of the second half being nervous.
I think that's a good way to start, actually. I think, yeah, it just those last few minutes or so, seeing the second half, I was getting extremely nervous about, desperately hoping that we'd hold on to that 2-1 lead. It's a mixture of elation and, seeing some of the artistry on the pitch, to holding my head in my hands going, oh, why are you in that position? Why have you created that gap? Why are you not tracking back? Why are you not dealing with set pieces? Why are you not dealing with crosses? So it's been a mixture of emotions.
So many questions there, David. What about you?
I've been looking at, I was looking at some of the stats as well that back up all of the things that we say that Arsenal keep the ball, we keep the team at bay, possession and that, and then you look, Burnley had as many attempts as us in the first half. Oh my God, how can they do that on 30% possession? So that leaves me feeling vulnerable. And yes, they play a certain way. 4-4-2 is standard. We're going to batter you today. We're going to stand here and we're going to have a physical toe-to-toe with you.
Yeah.
And Arsenal, did well not to get drawn into that, showed a lot of character. And all in all, I think, again, really good 3 points, some great performances out there to talk about as well.
Oh, yeah, it's promising, definitely promising what we are seeing. And, they just need to take it to that next level. And what really impressed me, I've got to say, is when Arsenal were pressing, that was the first thing, obviously, but second thing, when they were not in possession, they were still going after the ball anyway, which we didn't see a lot of last season. So I think there's a lot of positives to come from this game.
Yeah, I think that's the youth in the side as well.
Yeah.
When you've got Reece Nelson and Joe in there pushing that midfield a little bit, I think it's stoked things up, and people were looking over their shoulder now thinking, I've got to step up. And when Pepe come on, well, it was another lift, wasn't it? Another boost for the side, so lots of things to talk about. Yeah.
OK, well, the million-dollar question, who was your man of the match for today?
Well, it's got to be Ceballos for me.
Yeah, same.
Anne-Marie says it properly, obviously, but I say it. Yeah, I'm just going to say a few stats on him because he got. Or you might also have them, Anita. But 90% passing accuracy on your debut, fantastic. 2 assists on your home debut, brilliant. And then 95 touches, top player in the team on the ball. You can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, can't argue with that, 100%. Agree.
Well, the folks at home agreed with you too. Here's what you guys said about El Artista's performance today. Goodness me, Dani Ceballos is special. Dani Ceballos' technical qualities are well established, but that piece of counter-pressing immediately after giving the ball away is very encouraging indeed. Brilliant from Ceballos, who wins the ball back in midfield. Then it's just magical from Aubameyang from then on. Aubameyang golazo, 2 assists for Ceballos. It's like Thierry Henry and Santi Cazorla in their primes. Woo! Very, very elating there. They loved what they saw. We've got to move on to that other goal. I mean, he got another goal for us. What was your reaction when you saw he get the goal in that near post?
Well, he's on fire, isn't he? He started the season off scoring, and he knew he was up against it with all the other top scorers on the same day getting goals. And yeah, he's finishing. But for me, his second it's just Thierry Henry all over. It's get the ball, drive at the defenders, watch them backing off, look at the fear in their face, pick your spot. There could have been 5, 6 defenders standing on the line, and I'll guarantee he would have smashed it past all of them. You know, and that's what I like to see. He's got that fire in him. And he didn't have one of those rounded games where he came off and he laid the ball and he played a part in everything. But again, end game.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, and that's what he's in there for.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
he loves scoring against Burnley. We said that right at the beginning of the programme. His goal record against Burnley is outstanding, so I'm not surprised that he got the brace today, and it was well-deserved, and Ceballos playing a part in that. Fantastic.
OK, well, here's what you guys at home had to say about the Gabonese's goal. Aubameyang is super fun to watch, my goodness. Aubameyang makes me so happy, he does indeed, we're all smiling here. Aubameyang got a bit of Thierry Henry swagger about him. These first few games are gonna run riot this year, I can feel it. Well, looking a bit further afield, what about the attack in general? David, what were your thoughts on our attacking options today?
I thought our attacking options were good. You know, we look dangerous, but you've got to remember you're playing against Burnley, who are a really strong defensive unit. They're not going to step out and give you spaces, right? They're not going to pull wide to receive the ball, or they're not going to get drawn in by diving in tackles. You know, they are solid, and they have good protection in front of them. So you're up against a formidable defence, first of all, who are not going to open up. So from that point of view, we gave them problems. Joe Willock driving at them through the middle, trying to pull them out, trying to make them make a decision, problems. Pepe coming on at the end, running at them. We saw the chance at the end. Oh, my God, 2 against 1. I can't believe he didn't go on his own, first of all, but he's obviously Ober's on the hat-trick. I slide it into me mate, you know, start the partnership off, didn't work, but they had that about them all game, and I think it's very promising. Laka, for me, was a little bit quiet, although his goal was fantastic. You know, when he went to ground, the way he twisted it into that near post area to give himself that space. I thought it was tremendous. A little bit flat in other parts of his game, but it's early doors and it's a win. It's free.
How about you, Anne-Marie? Were you impressed with our strikers and wingers in today's performance?
Oh, absolutely. The crowd in front of us, every time Pepe got the ball, everyone was standing up their feet expecting him to create some sort of magic. And he gave problems, didn't he? He really created problems from Burnley on that right-hand side. The pace that he has is fantastic. It's going to be interesting to see which partnerships are going to develop over the season. I think we know that Lacazette and Aubameyang work really well together, but what else can work well together if one or the other gets injured? And I think that's going to be the interesting story over the next few weeks.
Well, you touched on Pepe there. Here's how everyone at home was responding to that nutmeg. Man, Pepe embarrassing souls out here. Sorry to say, that nutmeg means Nicolas Pepe now owns the soul of every single person on that Burnley team. I swear Pepe has ended a career. I mean, how do you guys feel that he's adjusting to the Premier League? He played a few minutes in the first match against Newcastle, more minutes today. How would you like to see him doing going forward?
Well, I think he's had to tough it out against the Burnley side today. It's not going to be easy coming on. You don't want to be coming on the right wing when you've got a left back that wants to nail you every time you got the ball. But he played him brilliant, didn't he? The little flicks over the top. And also, he drew him out. So when he got the ball and he had time, he didn't just run straight at him. He said, OK, you come to me a little bit. Let's see what you've got. Let me isolate you a little bit. I like that. He was trying to get him away from his central defender. Then that gives him the space to play the 1-2s around the back. It opens up things behind. So I think he's a clever boy. His touch is lovely. Obviously, the Megs... You know,
yeah, the Megs was something else.
It's something else. But again, with Ceballos, his turning, the way he drew players into him, it was lovely to see, and I think they both made a really good adjustment. 2 games in, I'm certainly not complaining.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's take a look at the Premier League table after that result. Arsenal on top. Obviously, the others have still got to play today and tomorrow, but it's looking promising so far, right, guys?
Oh, absolutely. You'd take that all day long, wouldn't you? It's two. The first bit is what concerns you. The first 2, played 2, 1-2. Everything else, we'd like no goals against, but that ain't going to happen. We know that here. It's the way we play. We've accepted that. Someone did actually tell me that Unai Emery, in one of his first interviews with the club, he said, I'm happy to go and win games 5-4, when he was quoted the old 1-0 to the Arsenal song, 1-0 to the Arsenal, that song. And he said, I don't mind 1-0. We said, but where I come from, sometimes we win 5-4. So he's prepared to do that, and the team says that. It says, we're going to go and play football and score goals and excite the crowd, but we might make you a bit scared at the back now and again.
OK, well, guys, I want you to sum up that performance in one word. Anne-Marie, coming to you first.
Exhilarating.
I'm going to use Anne-Marie's word from earlier. I'm going to say promising.
exhilarating and promising. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on Arsenal Nation Live. We'll be back next week on Saturday when we go away to Anfield to play Liverpool. See you soon.